Hey, this is Scott Sumter with Bike Iowa. We are 30 hours from the start of Trans Iowa 13. It starts in Grinnell at 4 a.m. on Saturday, and I was just going to give you a quick rundown of my bike, the gear I plan to take, and after the ride we'll do the same kind of video series to let you guys know how well the gear, what worked and what didn't. So we're going to give you a rundown of the bike here, and I just kind of want to give a little preface on how I set the bike up this year, because the weather is looking really dreary for Trans Iowa. It was what was it, 2 years ago when nobody finished Trans Iowa? Rain, sideways, cold. This is what this year is supposed to be like too. You're looking at 18, 20 mile an hour winds. You're looking at low 30s in the night, and when we start, you're looking at mid 40s during the day, but still wind and rain throughout. So taking actually a lot different setup on the bike. Just did land run 100 down in Stillwater, Oklahoma. It was like 75 degrees on a practice run the day before, and then the day of was chilly, rainy, 100 miles of slop, and 1,000 people started, 160 finished. I happened to be one of the lucky ones that finished, but it was cold, hypothermia. So we're going to go around and run down, and I'm just going to go over the gear with you. All right, we'll go over the bike a little bit. Just the setup. First of all, you're going to notice bar mitts. How many races do you do with bar mitts on? Not very many. I think if the weather holds, or if the weather forecast holds like it's supposed to, I think these would be a good choice. Up front, wasn't going to take this bag, but I've got a Revel 8. It's kind of the harness bag. It's supposed to go on the end of a sweet roll, but it actually fits really nice, kind of coming out underneath my two feed bags. So really, if I get a wet jacket or something, I can loosen these up and put the jacket in between, kind of where it's not getting the rest of my stuff all wet. I've got this bar yak set up from Joe Stiller. It's a Q card, and it's two titanium rails here with a carbon rod. Played around with this a lot. Looks kind of odd, but boy, it sure is nice. It gives you so many hand positions, throughout. Love it. Been riding with that quite a bit. Also on land run, I learned the GPS is not bulletproof. Red dirt will kill everything. So after I completely disassembled the Garmin with a dental pick, I wrapped it around this little Ziploc bag, so that should keep the water and mud and crap off of it. The right hand side, like I said, I got two feed bags. I've got a frame bag, hydration packs in there. We'll go over that in a minute. On the back, I've got the Revel 8 Pika. Packed a little heavier than I wanted. We'll take the stuff out in a little bit and just kind of go over that. I've got a strap up here. I'll show you what that's like. And I definitely am going with a fender. Nothing. This should keep the mud and crud off my back end, but I like the fender. I'll deal with it. And blinky on the back. I'll replace the batteries before we take off. And we'll start looking through the gear.